Good morning. As we continue to navigate this pandemic, we begin to wonder, when are things going to get back to normal? I can't help but think of the importance of the gospel right now. If you've been involved at Smith Grove over the last few years, you've heard me talk about the importance of the gospel in the lives of the church. I mean, we know the importance of it for the lost, but we need it as well. More recently, I've come to see that the gospel of Jesus needs to saturate our lives to the point that we are hearing it daily, we're knowing it more deeply, and we're sharing it all the time, which means we should never tire of the gospel message. We should also sense the urgency of sharing the message whenever God presents an opportunity to us. And right now, I get the feeling that this world, the world we live in, that's always hesitant to really accept his truth, may be more open. They may be more willing to hear of the hope the gospel offers. I mean, think about it. The world's a busy place. We've become part of the busyness, and right now it's been slowed down. It's given us time to really think about our personal faith and even how the church is not the building. But for those who don't have faith in Christ, I'm sure they're thinking on things of eternal consequence, searching for an eternal hope. Now may be the time where we have hearts prepared to hear about our reconciliation with God. And they may even be open to hearing about how they can experience the hope we have. Right now, we need to share the biblical truth we know as the gospel so everyone can hear of this hope that the gospel brings. Look at what we read in Colossians chapter 1, starting in verse 21 through verse 23. And you, who once were alienated and hostile in mind, doing evil deeds, he has now reconciled in his body of flesh by his death, in order to present you holy and blameless and above reproach before him. If indeed you continue in the faith, stable and steadfast, not shifting from the hope of the gospel that you heard, which has been proclaimed in all creation under heaven, and of which I, Paul, became a minister. Listen to that. Not shifting from the hope of the gospel that you heard. We need to be stable and steadfast in our belief of the gospel. We need to recall our lives prior to being reconciled with God and how he called us to relationship with him. I mean, think back before you knew Christ. What did it mean when you discovered the hope offered in him? What did it mean to become alive in Christ? What does it mean to know that your purpose is not one of selfish reason, but it's God's purposes that matter now? What did it feel like to move from someone with fleeting hope to a person who had a hope in Christ that was lasting and full? See, right now may be the best time to begin to share your testimony, your story of how the gospel changed your life and how it gave you life. Let others know that you were reconciled to God through Jesus Christ and now how you have eternal hope that you can share and show others. See, the gospel message, the biblical gospel message, needs to be heard more and more. And we, the church, are the ones commanded to do this. So let's spend some time today considering how we can stand firm in the hope of the gospel and encourage others to come to know that hope as well. Comment below and share with us how you're going to spread the hope of the gospel in the coming days. Or just share a word of praise and thanks that you've been reconciled with God. Continue praying for, continue reaching out to one another in this time, and let's open our eyes to what God is teaching us each and every day.